When you feel like nothing is going right, or no matter who you ask for help, nobody is being able to help you. I would just lie on my bed and just like stare at the ceiling and like cry. I never thought it would happen to me because I just don't assume the worst for myself in such situations. On this note, I want to start today's podcast. It's about a time in your life when you're feeling extremely lost and helpless, when you feel like nothing is going right, or no matter who you ask for help, nobody is being able to help you, whether they want to, they don't want to. Every time you get really close to and you feel like you're gonna get out of the situation, it gets like two steps farther away. It seems like a divine intervention just to fuck with you. Like it is that kind of situation and vibe. What do you do if you are in that? Stay tuned because we are gonna get out of it. You and I, we're in the same fucking boat. To give you guys some context, basically, I lost my Instagram account a month ago on 26th October. Instagram is like, it's my source of living. I became a full-time content creator, I think this year or like last year. And I was finally in a stage in my life where like things were going well, and it was time from like building to conquering to growth. That stage, and I was about to enter where I'm finally like, I'm like getting financially independent. When things are working out, I was going to build a team, all that. One thing about me is that I am extremely ambitious, so a lot of my purpose in life is driven from my work and my goals. And a way for me to reach my goals was through like Instagram, and I feel like I was on that path. Any which ways, my Insta got banned and suspended on the account of authenticity and account integrity, which makes no sense because it basically means that I'm impersonating someone. Who the fuck am I impersonating? I am me. I've sent them like a proof of identity. I've sent everything, but there is no response. I'm trying through so many ways, like you have no idea, through so many people. Every day I'm finding out new things about this. I started my account in 2017. Okay, I was going through a really tough time and I wanted to be more productive, and that was like a very important stage in my life. And no matter what job I did, I would always come back to creating content. During the lockdown is when I realized that this is my true calling, and I started loving the process of making content. And for the first week or so, everybody kept telling me like, how are you so calm? Like I would just casually say that, yeah, my account got suspended. Like almost like I was flexing on it, which I was not, but because I was so calm, like that's how it would probably like come across. But the truth is that a lot of my friends have lost their accounts. So I thought, okay, you know what? This is just something like I never thought it would happen to me because I just don't assume the worst for myself in such situations. I just feel like God is with me and like the universe, has my back, which it does. And then eventually, like nothing was working out. Like my agencies, when reaching out to Meta, we're talking to them, or we're trying to get a response, and I think they're doing something, but like I don't know. Then Diwali happened, the World Cup happened, so I think everybody like was so occupied, like nobody is being able to help me. Like that's where I am at right now, despite trying through multiple routes. For some reason, I'm not being able to get my account back, and it is extremely frustrating. So slowly, it started to hit because I started losing out on like paid branded work, which is my source of income, right? Like that's my only source of income at this point. I started to feel extremely helpless and like very emotional, where I would cry without any reason. And like I was not able to control it. Like I did not want to sulk, okay, about the fact that I don't have my account. I would just like watch Seinfeld on hours to distract myself from like actually facing this, lie on my bed and just like stare at the ceiling and like cry or sulk. Anyways, the point is that I just felt like I was at the stage where, and I still feel like I don't know why nobody's being able to help me. I feel like nobody wants to help me. I'm sus. Like, did somebody do this to me? Is this just luck? Like, why is this happening, right? But deep in my heart, from the moment it happened, right, I just knew that this is like a universe's intervention. Like, this is divine intervention because I have been working on myself, my affirmations, visualization, everything, okay? And for things to go south like this when they were supposed to go up means that there is some craziness at play, or which is why I'm not getting it back, and it's happening for like my best. Like it's happening for a good reason, and this is a way and a path for me to reach my goals, and it was for me to figure out how I'm going to do this, and this is for you to figure out how you're going to do this. And for that, I've come up with a fun abbreviation, like a method that's going to help us like get out of the situation, for us to not sulk, for us to actually do something about it and to get out of it essentially. And it's called Rascal. R is for removing emotions. I took out my camera and I started talking to myself just to sort of like figure out what to do. I was tired of sulking, but I had to like sort of like do something about it, right? Like I can't just. So I thought that practically I need to remove the emotions out of this whole situation and look at it logically. Even though every 2 days I'll get like someone trying to get my account back and getting super close to it, I'm gonna think about it very logically, that okay, I might get it back, I might not get it back, and I don't have to put my emotions, like, just look at it like it is what it is, like look at it from like a third person perspective and not like be so attached, I think, to the situation. Like, yeah, becoming detached about the whole situation. A is for affirming that I will get it back. And whether I get it back or I don't get it back, I am not going to quit because this is my passion. I love doing this, right? Like, while I was talking to myself, I realized that I'm not a quitter. Every time I have been in a situation where I've felt lost, stuck, helpless, there has been like two choices. Like, do I want to come out of the situation better and stronger? Do I want to learn something? Or do I want to sulk, waste my time, get bored? Acknowledging your emotions is really important. Validating them is really important. But at the end of the day, you need to realize that, are these thoughts and emotions helping me? And am I going to let them control me, or am I going to control them? And am I going to be aware about it and realize that it's not me? It's for affirming and appreciating yourself and realizing that you can get through this. You need to tell yourself that I am not a quitter. I get what I want. My dedication is unmatched. I always get what I want and I will get what I want. And I'm not going to quit because of one setback, which gets us to S. Every success story has a lot of setbacks. Like, it's impossible to succeed without failing and without setbacks, because setbacks are a part of your journey. I don't even know if this counts as failing, because it's not something that I've directly done and like not succeeded at, but it is definitely a setback, right? So, what can I learn out of this? Failing is really important, because without failing, you cannot rethink your strategy. You cannot figure out and reflect upon what's going wrong. There is no direct path to success, right? It's curvy, it's bumpy. C is for focusing on the controllables. You need to, I think, with everything in life, you need to realize what is in your control and what is not in my control. So in my case, making another Instagram account, being consistent, putting out the work, pushing my content on other platforms, all of that is in my control. Trying my best to get my account back, and through all the ways, sources, everything that I have, contacts, in my control. What is not in my control? Getting my account back, because that is an external situation, unfortunately. And I think Meta or whoever is like, it's their decision to make at the end of the day. And it really does not matter. We're all going to die, in the larger picture. Any of this, like your work, your success, your hardships, your failures, though, it's the beauty of life to get to experience it. The process is the reward. It's not the destination that has been established. Because it's the joy of doing and living, and not, I mean, because the end is nothing, right? The end is death. So, and because we're all gonna die someday, like, I am not gonna matter. I probably don't already matter. Like, the fact that my whole career can go away in like minutes of someone hacking it, like my existence is just simply wiped out, just shows me how futile, how small my existence on this planet is. And that is relieving. That is not a bad thing at all. A is for action. Now that we have our mindset in place, what are we going to do about this, right? Like, how are we going to switch up our action? What steps are we going to take to sort of like get out of this? So for me personally, in my situation, what I'm going to do is, I have been contemplating this for a while, if I should start another account. The problem is that my brand value will go down, and I just don't know. Like, I don't know when it's gonna come back. So is it worth like putting out like fresh content on that account? And I can always use that account as a backup. From logic point of view, what I know right now, I don't have my account. I don't know when it's going to come back. That's a fact. Okay. The logical step would be to start an account, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna start an account, and I'm gonna. It's scary because I have to, like, I started this in 2017, so to like do it again is like, it's a little freaky to grow again, like, oh my god. But I have to do it. It is something I have to do. And maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I don't know it. Maybe I'll get my account like in the next hour. Like, I have no idea, but I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to make a new account. So that's step one. Step two is that I'm going to start posting shorts every day. I love that I'm doing this because this is helping me become more accountable, and this is so necessary. I started this podcast. Okay, that was like another action step, which is why I really wanted to start long format content. And I think I finally am being able to do that. So I want to do this more often. I want to discuss all the thoughts and ideas I have about various topics. L, which is the rascal, the last alphabet, is something that is the most important. It's basically, what did I learn from this situation? Like, why did this happen? What is it teaching me? So, like I said, for me, I truly believe that whatever is happening in my life, like I am 100% the main character. So whatever is happening in my life, universe has my 100%. Like he knows, like we're best friends. Okay, so if this is happening, it's for some insane reason, some insane arc in my story that I probably cannot completely see yet. But maybe a year down the line or 2 years down the line, I will be able to make a lot of sense out of this. And this has happened very often in my life. Into a new industry or field, and I'm trying something and I fail and I cry because it's just like I bombed, right? Like it sucks. And then I talk to myself and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna conquer this shit. Like, who is anybody else to fucking stop me? Like, that's just not gonna happen. Everything in life is so temporary. I feel like this is probably the biggest lesson out of this, because I tend to forget no matter how many things I lose. I just forget that like things in life are temporary, and people and experiences and your opportunities, your success, it can all go away one day. Like it's not a permanent thing, it's just a part of your life, and you cannot put your whole worth, your whole identity and attachment into one thing. Third thing that it taught me is that it gave me so much time to self reflect my strategy, what I want to do, why I'm doing this. And I worked on myself. Like I'm studying, I'm doing courses on this whole creator thing. The funny thing is that even though my account is down and like my parents are like, okay, like, you should like probably get a job or like do something else, like, figure out what else you want to do. I started UGC content, by the way. Just kept on learning more and more about the content space, because this is truly what I want to do. Like this is my passion, and I just feel like it's futile to like not do this just because of one setback, because of me like losing my account. Like that's not gonna stop me from getting and achieving my fucking goals and my passion, and really figure out what my why is. And I realized that right now I'm in this space in life where whatever I know about things, about perspectives, I feel like I always have a unique positive way to look at things. And that is what I want to share with the world, especially like young girls. Because I've gone through like these few years to realize my calling is a fucking gift. Last teaching that I learned from this whole situation is that to not give a fuck about people. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really nervous to do this podcast because it's not as perfect as I want it to look yet. And it's my first, and I'm like scared, like, what if I have nothing to talk about? What will I say? All that. But like, the whole point is that it's my first podcast. Like, the first time could probably suck, but my goal is to like get better and like do at least 1% better with each video that I put out, and I'll make it happen. And the most important thing is to not give a fuck about other people. If my account can go away in seconds and I become from like whatever, like 55,000 followers to like zero, right? Like my identity is washed out and people can forget about me so easily. That is relieving. Like I don't matter, and neither do you. Like we give ourselves so much importance, and we should put ourselves on a pedestal like 100%, but we really need to detach ourselves from our reality and from our desires. Who gives a fuck? Like if this video is cringy, like I don't care. Like I could not care anymore because I don't even know who's gonna see it. That is Rascal. And L, which is learning, is very important because this is how you sort of show gratitude towards whatever has happened, and you learn out of it. And it, I think mindset shift in this process when you're feeling lost is everything. So what can you do right now is, number one, journal all your thoughts out, whether you're writing it or you take out your phone and start talking to yourself. How I do this is I see like, okay, what's my problem? I'm feeling bad. Okay, so I will say, okay, why am I feeling bad? It's basically you're therapizing yourself, and there is so much information out there. You can like shoot me a DM on my new account, which I will link below, if you need any help with the process of how you do this. I would love to talk about it and like discuss and like show you what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. Okay, guys, I hope you guys liked this video and it brought you some value. Subscribe and like. I will see you guys soon. Bye.